Just the brightness of both images are identical. Interesting how each dev does this. Oh. News. Your amulet bling. Alright. What is this? Okay. Alright, cool. Anyways, so this is Prince of Persia. Is it the Lost Crown, the Forgotten Crown? The Lost Crown. And the new Prince of Persia game. We went through all the Prince of Persia games I hadn't played other than the original cinematic platformers. Didn't have time. Or easy access, really. But yeah, just to kind of prep for this one. We'll be playing this for, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 hours tonight, and then do more tomorrow, but kind of do RE4 remake. DLC finish that up later, so I'm playing in the keyboard mouse setup. Instead of my 1440p monitor, I'm actually playing on my ancient 1081, because it just looked better. My first monitor ever. So the colors are much nicer. Looks pretty good. It'll be weird because I'm I guess, seeing a smaller screen. Anywho, yeah, I've heard this one's pretty good. I don't know if it kind of got lost in the flood of games, though, recently. I don't know about the snare drum there, but so I guess sorry, I just ate a lot. I'm like super tired. But I guess to kind of preface this, I should say I wouldn't call myself a Prince of Persia fan. I don't hate them. Some of them are better than others. I generally sort of dislike the trilogy. I don't disdain them. I respect them for what they were at the time, but I think they're pretty irritating games to play nowadays, and aren't very great platformers, or definitely not great action games for the time, or especially for now. I don't really care too much about this retaining an atmosphere. I mean, obviously I'd still like it to kind of feel like a Arabian Nights thing, but I don't care if it's the original Prince with Yuri Lowenthal voicing it, or Robert Atkin-Downs. I don't really give a shit. It doesn't need to be the reboot. Don't care. I'm just looking for a solid game on its own merits. I've heard the gameplay is pretty smooth, so that's kind of where I'm hoping is that it's at its strongest, but we'll see. We just did a Metroidvania not that long ago as well, so definitely one of my favorite genres, so a lot of experience with a lot of them. So we'll see how I feel about it. And like I said, I played one recently, it's kind of fresh on the mind. So anyway, we'll start here in just a minute. This is by Ubisoft, straight up. I mean, I guess of course it would be Prince of Persia, but I think it's neat, I suppose. Lower budget, more AA or lower kind of titles from typically big AAA devs. I think that's where I'd like to see AAA probably be going more. Square Enix does that a lot, but it tends to be more with games that probably could have used a bigger budget, or just that asset flip, or just remake. Right? I think you say Octopath is probably Octopath 2 is probably one of their better, lower budget-ish games. They still sell it for full price, and a lot of it's asset flipped, but. Yeah, Bruce, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, most Ubisoft shit's like big typical AAA shit. I think if anything, that Prince of Persia is relatively a dead franchise, so they're more willing to like throw out little ideas like this. I just hope the developers had a good chance to make something they just really wanted to make that was cool. In a unique position to make a passion product coming out of a Western AAA dev. Not that people aren't passionate at work in AAAs at all, but I mean, obviously a game with a $400-500 million budget probably is made to appeal to enough people to make back that more than it is probably a true visionary kind of project. I cannot think of the last platformer, which Metroidvania type of thing Ubisoft made. Maybe Rayman Legends? Correct me if I'm wrong. Last 2D platformy thing, so. I mean, Michael Ansel's long since left, so. Not a genre you see any AAA really touch on much, Metroidvanias. There's obviously really big ones in the indie world, like Hollow Knight and stuff like that, but. Yeah, hopefully this is cool. Let's go ahead and get started on it. See what happens. Game modes. Exploration. Explore the world with minimal map information. Choose this mode to discover the world for yourself. Map icons display the location of the next objective available, and blocked paths are marked. Use this mode for easier navigation. So, congrats on your Ubisoft Connect. Thanks, bud. Actually, let me move the monitor a little bit. I've not played with this monitor before, but I like it better than my 1440p one. Usually I wouldn't play this kind of game in this setup. But I want to have a bit more clean look at the chat. So I like they make this a choice, but what I don't like overall is I prefer just... Like, it's nice to know what doors are locked when you find them, right? Now, I don't think you have to have it tell the player where to go, although some games like Zero Mission pace well because of it, or Metroid Prime or something, and might be designed around it, but like... Well, I think the middle ground would be exploration mode, but you could like annotate the map yourself or something. Or lock doors were marked. I'm gonna pick exploration because I don't really want to be told where to go, I suppose. We'll see if it ends up being an issue. So the problem with games giving it as an option also, especially in big AAA open worlds, is they will be designed around telling you where to go with map markers. So, you know, quests will not give you directions. The world will not flow artistically in a way that, you know, it'll attract your attention like a landmark or something to take you along a path, because it relies completely on map markers. So I don't really care for the idea of turning off map markers if it's designed around it, but I hope that since they give me a mode at the beginning, it's fine. I would just prefer to be able to mark a map, right? Just multicolored like dots that I can allocate for certain kinds of like keys or something. So I don't know. It's whatever. Anyways, it's good to have a choice though. I'm gonna try expert. Custom. Not gonna do intense. The standard difficulty. I feel like I should probably play on how they just kind of designed it. Normal parry, normal dodge, Athra depletion rate. I don't know what Athra is. That's the ability to use like cool abilities, then I'd probably rather be experimenting. It's neat. My thing is it just being like a slider seems cool for like a custom difficulty, but makes me think they probably don't really design it with a whole lot of thought on hard and immortal. Like it's probably not gonna have different moves or be super balanced, right? So I would say I have experience with action games and Metroidvanias, but I don't know, I don't trust the modern dev enough. Problem is this is made by Ubisoft, so you know that normal's gonna be like normal for everyone. It might be a little too simple, but we'll see. 1.5 damage, environmental damage up, enemy health. Well, at least the enemy health is the same. We'll play on warrior. I feel like I should do hero though. But I really don't know what they're expecting of you in this.
30 years had passed. Decades without rain. The once fertile plains of Fars had become as barren as the Lut Salt Desert. A few arrow shots from Persepolis, the Kushans, bloodthirsty warriors from the east, were attacking Persia. Persian soldiers defended the land, no matter the cost. Ardashir resisted heroically, but his men fell one by one. Anahita summoned her remaining strength in battle. For Yuvishka, the Kushan general, victory was certain. Until history took a different turn.
Cool, yeah, I'll have to read it, man.
The 7 immortals were the best warriors in the kingdom.
Musuo heroes.
One of them would become a legend.
Which one could it be? Princes, assemble.
Anahita!
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
Oh, I'm blocking her face. I'll just block her chest.
Save Persepolis.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't mind it too much.
I will go help my wounded warriors.
I have a big problem with it.
Let's go, Sargon.
Well, those subs are massive, dude. Oh, you can't use the D-pad. Yeah, you go quite the gap closer on it. I don't know if this kind of game you're going to be knocking people around like crazy. Oh, you already got a slide. Parry. Shit. Sprinty. Oh, sprint kick. Cool. Nice float to it, which might mean that it's about juggling. I'm pretty sure this is like a juggling action game, but maybe not. such a weird spot for me to play. I don't usually play in the setup. Like, I haven't adjusted to it.
Be on your guard. It's the reservoir.
Oh shit, let's go air combo. Let's see how that feels, man. If you guys need volume adjustment, let me know. You can just kick up whenever you want, huh? Can I kick this guy? Oh, you can, don't jump past it. There seems to be some airtime. Need to do the parry more.
Who's having all the fun?
Are these guys gonna become evil? I have to fight them or something. Also, give me just 1 second. Okay.
Rain of fire! Keep running, Sargon!
We must eliminate those Kushan archers.
Leave it to me!
His hair and eyebrows. Hair does seem a little modern day. I don't know about his eyebrows though. 'Cause I don't have a lot of love for the old Prince games, so I don't really mind it being different.
How many did you get? I'll get out of your way so you can catch up!
You can do like a kick, kick slide, and it kicks him into the air. That's cool. There's already a lot of like action tech. Neato. Need to make sure I use the parry more. We just got started though. Oh, such a weird way of describing a wall jump. Oh, you've already got wall jump. You start out with quite a bit of tech in this. Nice. Oh, wall bounces, man. Oh yeah. Cool.
Don't let them get to General Wishka.
All bouncing gets me moist, bro.
Watch out, Sargon!
Reckless attacks prevent us special to parry. Oh, he's got the chinny eye, dude. These crazy bastards. They gotta be bosses or something. My man's got the katana unsheathing Chuni.
Let me handle him. Take this. You might need it.
Ocean. Nice combat seems to arcade beat 'em up. Yeah, it definitely has like a combo beat 'em up thing going on, which I like. Usually Metroidvanias will have relatively simple combat, but I get a few that kind of go more for an action thing or something like that. Take a sippy. It's got quite a bit of movement right off the bat,
You can't hide from me.
which, assuming it is proper Metroidvania, then I imagine it'll go pretty far from here. Oh, you got charge attack. A lot of badass cape shit looking stuff.
The Russia bar, was it? Your life ends here.
Not if yours ends first.
I'm trying to parry. Just gotta get distance on that. This guy seems like one you could just dodge underneath pretty freely. Oh. They're still helping you through it there. Oh, they see it. The pin. I gotta browse this guy's eyebrows, I guess, man. I'm missing the eyebrow critique.
Death has come for you.
Ooh. I'm gonna adjust my monitor. One second.
The mighty Simurgh, protector of Persia, has long left. But should our enemies try to take advantage of the situation, they will soon find that the kingdom's bravest warriors will be their undoing. "30 years ago, the divine bird Simurgh graced my shoulder, thus showing his trust in me to guide our people. Today, I, Tomiris, Queen of Persia, praise your valor and loyalty, immortals. Varun, you and your forces have once again saved the kingdom.
Hassan, Prince of Persia.
Step forward, Sargon. Word of your deeds precedes you through the streets of Persepolis. Accept this royal sash as a token of our gratitude.
Sargon, the Rashabar, the black wind that destroys all in his path.
Sorry, I was adjusting that. Budget title? I mean, it doesn't cost full price. Oh, you accidentally pinned it.
I didn't choose that name.
You need not worry. I do not attach any importance to these superstitions. The winds also carry the seeds of future harvests. I am truly glad to meet you, Sargon.
Thank you, Prince Hassan.
Oh, this is the Prince of Persia, man.
Let us drop the honorifics, and may we get to know each other in less formal circumstances.
Sucks. Just saying, man. He probably has to because he's royal.
As you wish, Hassan.
Oh my god, he doesn't look like the old prince. Game shit.
Your name brings hope to Persia and is feared by the enemy.
Maybe.
I didn't ask to be prince either, but fate has spoken, and
Sure,
I
good
must
luck,
accept
Lassie.
it.
Long live the House of Tamiris.
I'm proud of you, Sargon.
I defeated Yuvishka, and we saved Persepolis.
Did we? Thousands died on the battlefield. We're out of supplies. Persia is barely surviving. The Kashan will surely come back. Would you call that a victory?
I mean, better than losing.
I let my pride go to my head.
A warrior's journey is always one in progress. And when there's nothing left in one's path, the warrior wanders.
What is at the end of my blade? I know.
Found an answer yet?
I won't figure that out tonight. Maybe a drink will help. You should join us.
My dude's pretty ripped, man. Quite the muscle separation, my guy.
Thanks. But I have other matters to attend to. You have what it takes
Like
to
the
become
betrayal?
the greatest, Sargon.
I know. Just watch me.
And listen to Varum. He will keep you on the right path.
My man's pretty cocky. Hey, man.
Long live the...
They pay these guys well, or something's in the food, or they don't have a whole lot of personality. Man. I mean, just going home and he's got to do all this shit. I mean, I guess when you're a hoss, it's fine. Man.
I'm telling you, Prince Hassan may be my son.
Yeah, true. Long live the ass.
Oh, that's nonsense. He looks nothing like you.
He took everything from his mom, that's all.
Alright, you are really not her type.
Whose type?
Ah, the kid finally decided to join us.
The hero of the day. The Queen's new protege.
So, you're mingling with aristocracy now, eh?
Or trading in your swords to become a satrap.
Laugh all you want. Who eliminated a general tonight, huh?
Don't encourage them, Sargon.
It just means you've impressed them. Yeah, he's right. You were impressive.
If you want to talk more quietly, I won't be far.
Was Varum still with you?
Yeah, he's in the throne room.
So there. Must be collecting our payment. What payment? Artaban gets paid in scrolls. I can hear you, Menelaus.
So, will you still remember us now that you're famous?
I'm trying to stay humble. And find what is at the end of my blade.
Oh, sounds like Anahita set your head straight.
Sort of. In her own way.
You know, It is amazing what you did.
Wonder what the balance of story and gameplay is going to be. I mean, I don't mind right now. I just wonder. After Tevi, you gotta wonder every Metroidvania you play. It's gonna have a balance problem.
You should be proud of yourself. We all are.
One of our own eliminated
Yeah,
the
the
Kashan
yapping.
general. Outstanding.
It was easy, bro.
And you are the White Lion's pride.
You ragtag bunch of immortals. You have always been destined for greatness.
That sounds like the dude who voiced the D4 main person, the old guy.
And with Sargon's bravery, that's another one for the history.
Do you think these guys will get corrupted? Or do you think they're gonna turn traitor?
We made the city safe. The people are at peace again.
This is cute, but can we go celebrate now? Our usual haunts has food and drinks on the house. Larum, you're coming with us. I wouldn't miss it.
They're far too unique to not be bosses, I feel like. Best pals to the end, dude. Best. Hopeful friendship ending. The optimism. That's the Giga Chad choice.
Prince Hassan has been kidnapped.
Kidnappers? They must still be in the palace.
Take the lead, Sargon. You may be the last to have spoken to him. We must find Prince Hassan.
His guards.
Yeah, he did, definitely. Not, some fuzzies with these dudes. They juke. Well, warrior with the Chuny eye. What the fuck? His spiritual pressure, dude. They're like, they like get buckled. They can barely stand, man. His Western Chuny orb. Playing Dirge Cerberus again, dude. Second ship burns early in battle. The greatest force control their after intense fights. Attacks generate ash while taking damage. Dispels at the bullet paths are found at the bottom. Okay, so on hard mode, this just like naturally depletes over time. So it is like a fun thing. We'll see. Like I said, I feel like I should be playing on hard, but I also don't have enough faith. In like clean hard modes when they just pretty much tell me straight out that it's just numbers. Turn it down a bit. I'll turn down the sound effects. Green shake. I usually turn it off, but I wait to see how aggressive it is. Skip challenging platform second. I don't. Fucks my wrist, man. Well, I mean, giving the player all the options for difficulty is key too. Like I said, that's why I'm kind of like His hero very is very good. Turn that down. Oh, music seems kind of interesting.
Anahita, what is this all about?
I wasn't planning on killing you, Sargon. Stay out of this.
Move out of my way. What the hell was that?
Still a child.
Yeah, like they give you the option, but like I was saying, the problem is that even if they let you remove map markers, a lot of games are designed around map markers in the first place, like AAA games. So they don't have quest directions or art that like visually guides you like some landmark. Kind of like a, you can do it, but it's kind of like shit. In this, I think it's fine that they give it to you. I do wish there was map annotation, like a middle ground, like I could mark it myself. Maybe there is, but like I don't want to be told where to go, but I'd like to mark that areas are locked for myself. Like a middle ground. We'll see. But yeah, the choice is cool.
I'll find you, Hassan. That sword swinging wasn't just for flair.
Bossy. Unstoppable attacks.
Anahita, what is going
Let's
on?
crank up the difficulty.
Sargon, who was it? I thought I recognized Anahita. Is she involved?
Yes, she is. Without a doubt.
We'll see if it's a mistake later.
Barum, gather your forces. You are to leave for Mount Karf at once in search of Prince Hassan. Ardashir and his soldiers are already on the way. We need all the help we can get.
We will not fail you, Your Majesty.
Bring him back. Bring back my son.
I mean, I know it's just a tutorial, but the bosses go down pretty quick. This doesn't adjust their health, it's just their damage. So. Might just be how it is. Maybe I should give it some more time. It's only been 30
The old citadel. Anahita took Prince Hassan beyond these gates.
I can't fathom why Anahita would do such a thing.
Sargon, you know her best. What do you make of it?
It doesn't make sense. She has always been loyal.
She wants to seize power for herself.
Oh, what do you even mean?
The Simorg may have disappeared, but the mighty god used to live on Mount Karf, and perhaps still does.
She's gonna get power to beat the enemy back she was worried about.
It has always been the Simorg who appoints future kings and queens. Anahita probably wishes to receive the Simorg's blessing.
But why kidnap Prince Hassan?
She needs him. The gates to the Simorg temple only open for members of the royal family.
She has lost her mind. She will never get the Simorg's blessing like that.
We can't be certain. After all, the Simorg may be weakened.
One thing's for sure. Prince Hassan is in danger. She will kill him once she has no need for him.
Immortals, follow me. Let's help Ardashir and find Prince Hassan.
The immortal is donkey, man.
Wait for me here. Don't worry. I won't be long.
Well, probably gonna be a while. Alright, I'll change it back. I don't know. Get ahead of myself. Like I said, I don't trust to not do it on normal, but I do think the bosses probably die a little quick. I mean, I like the combat so far. Smooth. There's a fair amount of tech right off the bat. Sprints and up kicks and parries and pretty smooth animations and stuff. Ups and downs and charges, which I don't really use the charges. Oh, maybe have a projectile on it. Be a nice base. We'll see where it goes from here. That was weird.
Most sacred of mountains.
Been here before?
No, but I've read about it. This place was once the site of King Darius's palace. Religion, medicine, astrology, geometry, algebra. All knowledge was gathered here, accessible to all. Mount Kaf was home to a great citadel of wisdom, the pride of all Persia.
And? What happened?
No one survived to tell the tale. And to think that Prince Hassan is caught up in all this. Who knows what might await us?
Right. Be shocked if we don't get a double jump in this game. If I get a map. Not yet.
What is this sorcery?
I'm a warrior, not a seer.
I'm a warrior.
Frozen as it falls.
As if time had stopped.
Locked. Wow, Ubisoft Connect. Wow. Can I turn this stupid shit off? Reward what? Art book? Oh, you get in-game stuff. Always been shit. I don't think it was always called Ubisoft Connect, because it showed my print. It showed games I played like 10 years ago on there. Like I think it was
Stay
like
sharp. Prince
some
Hassan
other
can't be far now.
award service.
Something is not right here. We must proceed with caution.
Sure, Menelaus. You can scurry from shadow to shadow like frightened vermin.
I'm serious, Orod. There's a strange presence here.
I can feel it too. And there's only one way to find out.
Let's go then.
I'm tired. Too much food. You fucking nap. I'm too shitty asleep. I've been sucked, dude. Sucked dry. Zombies.
This is Azad, one of Ardashir's men.
Long dead, judging by the rot.
How is that possible? They left not long before us.
Timey-wimey.
We are not welcome here.
Stay on your guard. We will find the prince and Anahita.
We go east.
We don't go anywhere. You'll only slow me down. You're on your own.
So there was actually no time stuff in the original Prince of Persia, so that's a trilogy thing. The Sands of Time ones. But I guess at this point that's way more iconic than the original, so we got time shit anyway, so. Pointies. Give me a sock. They drop bits. Yeah, only right. Get played for playing this game. Trying to like hit it with the swords. No, okay. Feels good. I think it's a good base. I think there's a lot of cool stuff they could add. And could get pretty crispy. We'll see. Oh. Here's how many platforms. Oh, you could just choose where you want to go. Nice. Nice and quick too. The bird of knowledge. Yeah. Story-wise, it's kind of just been simple to the point. Prince kidnapped. There's bad guys who've been attacking the kingdom. Group of like psycho badasses who are tasked with protecting it, and ancient ruins, blah blah blah. So hopefully it's just kind of gameplay focused. I think the core has been fine so far, and it looks fine. There's been no memes or anything. But you know, that's always nice. That's my bar. No memes. It's a good game. Do I get the Weird for me playing in this seat though. Like I said, I'm kind of tired. I ate too much food. It was like all meat. Yeah. The Rylos, you've been playing this, right? The only other person I know has been playing it. It's cool so far. I like it. Smooth. I'm also really big on fucking combos. So I hope it gets to that point where it's like psychotic combos and shit. Yeah, movement and combos. Style. What difficulty are you playing on? I was thinking of maybe cranking it up to warrior. But since it was just numbers, I was like, I don't know if I trust them to have that actually be fun or not. Fourth ed or something? Second hardest. Oh yeah, that's what I meant I was gonna do. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Let's crank it up a bit. Hero. Because the enemy health doesn't change, so it's more about just like not getting hit. That's the only difference. I don't know how I feel about the depletion rate. I want to be able to use these. Here it feels pretty good. Alright, well, if you've played enough, then I'll trust that. It was just one of those I wasn't sure. Yeah, I'm glad it's not spongy. Do like a backflip. You jump and then pull backwards. A quick one. A little bit of spacing, I guess. The HUD elements seem a little cheap. Not cheap, but out of place. What's up, Matt?
What are you doing here? This place is too dangerous for a child.
How you doing?
Don't worry about me. I know the Citadel better than anyone. I know every step. I even go where others can't.
Not actually young.
I've chatted and argued with every creature, and I know every tree here.
Like this one? Are they all like this?
These trees are special. They're called Wak-Wak. They have the purest of Athra. So, stand beneath its leaves to restore your energy. There are many Wak-Wak trees throughout Mount Calf.
I'm not big into... I didn't care much for the Sands of Time trilogy. I think there's some craft there. You know, I like a lot of the tech, maybe of the time, the particle effects, and the... how clean the areas look, and some of the art direction. Although there's not a lot of variety and stuff like Warrior Within, but... that and like, I kind of was like, you know, I like that there was a mix of all sorts of action and jumping, but I just don't think any of it felt very good. And a lot of encounters and jank was really annoying.
Tell me, you say you know
Not
all
big
here.
into them, sadly. You think I would? I usually have kind of like contrarian opinions just for the sake of it. No, I don't think they aged very well, but I didn't like it when I was younger anyways. I played a bit of Two Thrones when
We're
I
in
was
search
younger.
of soldiers like us. Our prince is being led by a general. Have you seen anyone like that?
A prince? There hasn't been a prince here in so long. I've only seen you. Well, if you've lost your friend in Mount Calf, then you're going to need an Eye of the Wanderer.
What's that?
It's a very rare, very ancient thing. Here, for you.
The map.
Try it.
Oh, you can add marker. Yo. Yo. Game good. My Metroidvania, the ability to put shit on the map. Amazing how few of these actually do it.
Here,
Fucking
I might
miracle.
as well show you a neat trick to remember places on Mount Calf.
Yeah, this is definitely the option to go, the non-guided, because you can put your own map markers down. With unreachable passages and treasures you can access until you find new abilities. It's important to memorize all these places. Oh, what? What the? Jesus, this actually goes beyond, man. This is cool, dude. I've never seen anything like this, and it's a good idea. You don't even need to bother with the map markers. You just take a fucking picture. Yeah, game good. That's pretty sick, dude. Yeah, just fucking put a picture there, dude. You know exactly what's going on. That's sick, man. Well, if they've got that figured out, surely they got the rest figured out.
Thank you, miss.
I like it so far. We're still kind of in the opening salvo, but very smooth action combat with quite a bit of moves off the bat. Not like crazy like action game inputs or anything, but as far as Metroidvanias go, it's got a pretty clean baseline so far, so I think they could really add a lot of cool stuff, assuming they have well-paced. Better than Warrior Thing? Yeah, probably. That's not very hard to beat for me. I mean, I think this combat's already better than any Prince of Persia game, but we'll see on the rest, right?
I don't know your name.
My name is Faraba.
We'll see by the end.
I'm Sargon, warrior of the immortals.
I don't think I ever said, wow, that's really cool or impressive a single time playing the Sands of Time trilogy. So it's already probably got that going for it, just with the pictures and the map. But we'll see, yeah.
Oh, doesn't that sound impressive? Well, Sargon, I'm sure we'll meet again in Mount Calf.
It's not like the story could be any worse.
I'll share my discoveries with you when I can.
As long as there's not too much.
I'll need time crystals to do it.
Yeah, I'll be swapping over to RE4 in about 4 hours, probably. Or maybe less.
Time crystals?
Welcome to Mount Calf.
Alright, Bruce. Peace. I'll catch you next time, man. The rock music. There has been some rock metal stuff in this. For your Warrior Within bros, man. If you've got if you pre-order, you get Warrior Within outfit. I didn't pre-order it though. Oh, you can smack the fucking arrows too, dude. Sick. That's fucking crazy, man. How's nobody ever done that before in a Metroidvania? Seems like such an obvious thing to add, too. Okay, dodge through him. The remaster? Oh, dude. The Warrior Within one? Yeah, that's what I was thinking fast. I was like, if they've got that figured out, surely they have the basic fundamentals of pacing and all that figured out. It's like, surely it'll be at least good, right? We'll see. I don't know how you figure out the map thing and then not the rest. Yeah. I feel like you kind of have to get it. You mean the remaster for Warrior Within? Yeah, the plastic surgery faces. Oh man, they look really bad. The Sands of Time remake looked bad too. There's no wonder it's a fucking an indefinite hiatus, man. Or indefinite delay. Just like, Jesus. What is this weird thing going on here? Shenanigans. Oh. Secrets? What is this? I mean, this game starts you with the fucking wall jumps. That's already kinda... That's like mid-game tech for a lot of mature videos. We'll see.
Sargon! Up here!
Might be the main path. What's over here? The depths. What is this? Collectible. Cool.
Did tell me you found a path to Prince Hassan and Anahita.
No. Have you? It seems they avoided the depths of the citadel.
Only the most abominable creatures lurk in the darkest reaches. I do my best work in the shadows, and Hassan is not here. Don't take unnecessary risks.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with enjoying them, and I can see what people liked in them then. I think at that point I was just playing some platformers, and very soon after that, and even during the release of Two Thrones, there's probably better action games. So I think I was just kind of maybe had a different view on them, I suppose. At the time, I never got into them then. But it would be a series that'd be interesting to see get like a combat overhaul and really clean up some of the visualization and jank of platforming and stuff. I do think the platforming's still the most fun part of them. I don't think those parts are bad. I think the camera work and some of the visuals, especially in Warrior Within, makes it kind of annoying to platform, but otherwise it was really more on the jank than it was the execution. They're not free-flowing skill expression type of platformers. It's very like on rails, but some of my favorite platformers, like the DKC games, are relatively on rails, so maybe not to that
Thanks
extent.
for the warning, Rajin.
Yeah, I played the Forgotten Sands and I don't remember anything about it, dude. I think I got all the achievements too. I just completely forgot what the fuck it even was. Looks like we're not getting back this way. The poison? Okay, you can't die from poison. That's nice. Ooh. It was forgotten, yeah. Yeah, I definitely didn't restart the series, that's for sure. Come straight into the dealio, man. Oh, they show you your map still. Cool. So shield guys, you can't. Not slide underneath them, you have to jump over or parry. Yeah, well, I like the idea of the AAA devs going for more of a budget 2D title. It's more of like a clean gameplay focus and vision. I mean, do you trust really modern Ubisoft AAA budgets with a modern Prince of Persia game? Probably not. I mean, that's where, I mean, Prince of Persia became Assassin's Creed, right? So I don't think it's the kind of game that sells big, so I feel like the series only really could exist in something smaller. I just hope that they keep going this direction. I mean, I'd love a AAA game from them that was actually had a vision and focus and wasn't just made to make millions of bazillions of dollars, but that's not really the kind of environment AAA lives in these days. I'm gonna smack these. Nice. We could go back to the dump, I guess. And there's AAA devs who do make, you know, cool passion projects. Baldur's Gate and like Armored Core 6 feel that way, or at least things that are actually fun. Millions and bazillions, dude. You get the bazillions, then you add on some millions. Or you start with the millions and you get bazillions. Gazillions. Let's just keep going this way. Actually, I'm curious what happens if I go down there and grab this. You drop souls in this game? Is this a soul dropper? We'll see. I wonder how much this is even sold. No, they announced the Prince of Persia 3D remake, but then they delayed. It's been indefinitely delayed now. We'll see. It's probably just outsourced to some random studio. I mean, it looked bad, so. Unless you mean the original game, not Sands of Time. Didn't the original game actually get a 3D remake in the graphics of Sands of Time? Way back when? Or is that like some add-on in some other game? I've never played the originals. Damn, that poison damage, dude. Just lost half my health. Yeah, I don't think there's any souls or anything down there. I mean, you do lose some money, but... Let's go up this way. Yeah, hard mode adds 50% more environmental damage, so... Oh, it does show little one-way markers still. You don't have to add everything yourself. That's cool. Yeah, I don't think that's the way we're supposed to go. Oh, he's got a down kick. Or down hit. Crouch hit. Yeah. trying him out, but the shield guy doesn't really care. See what we got over here, man. Didn't see much. I wonder if there's like secret passageways and shit. Okay, you can keep 14 pictures at once.
Take the prince to the Simor gate.
Anahita! Don't you dare harm—
If you want Prince Hassan back, come and get him!
Anahita! Anahita was here. She's taking Hassan to the Simor gate.
Then Artaban may be right about her wanting the throne.
What the? Dude, these Ubisoft Connect.
That thing above us. What is it?
I blame the execs for that more than the devs, though.
I'm not sure. But to get to Hassan and Anahita, we must destroy it.
From this distance, that's not possible for either of us. Maybe Menelaus can help
Has a
here.
spear.
Varum sent him to the east to investigate the forest.
I'll try to find him.
I'll look for another way.
Alright, big lady. Oh, a bow. They do let us go to the depths, though, if I wanted to. If I get anything for going in there. A game from Ubisoft, I should probably try to push the limits to see if there even are any. Or if it's linear as fuck. I guess that is limit still. The haven. Checkpoint.
What brings you here, traveler?
My allies and I are in pursuit of a traitor.
Then you and the others are trapped here too. Mount Carf has seen its share of travelers. Many are lost within the web of time's curse. Beware, warrior. Death and misery roam the citadel.
I've seen my share of death.
Even the most determined of warriors must be prepared. Take this. Its unique properties will aid you. Just know that each one is precious and can only be changed at a whack-whack tree.
I'll make good use of this.
Equipment. One out of 3 amulet. Okay, so you get a temporary health, kind of body armor. Cool. Do they show just gates? Oh, fast travel. that in a bit.
Artaban.
Sargon. Varum saw Anahita's guards, and he's in pursuit. As for me, I cannot continue. Time flows differently here. My mind is playing tricks on me. I can't discern the truth from the imaginary.
Artaban, thank you for being honest with me. Does this mean you're retreating?
I'm not giving in just yet. I intend to serve until my last breath. After all, if Anahita really has changed loyalties, I believe you're short of a sparring partner.
Challenges. Alright.
Let's warm up and review the basics.
The basics again?
Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Get in position. Show me how you chain ground attacks.
So he's not going any farther because time is moving weird. I mean, he doesn't look like he's 100 years old or anything.
Since you propel your opponent away with your last strike, that's the end of the chain.
Spook them.
At close range, the sweep is good against smaller foes. You can also chain attacks afterwards.
Cool.
An airborne enemy cannot retaliate until they're back on their feet. Make use of that.
Perfect to cripple agile enemies.
Remember that you move forward with each attack. If you want to keep your distance, the sweep allows you to maintain your position.
That's neat. Attacks based on pushing yourself forward and playing a space.
But some situations might require you to take such precautions.
We'll see. Be useful for combos or not getting too
precautions.
Too crispy.
My point exactly.
Might as well learn them all, man.
Do you remember what I told you about propelling enemies up in the air?
An airborne enemy cannot retaliate until they're back on their feet.
At least that got in your head. Let's go over your upward attacks. Use them to hit targets above you, but also to propel ground enemies in the air. A word of warning. Using the same upward attack twice in a row will lessen its effectiveness. You can also use an upward attack in a fighting combination. Be sure you're within range to strike.
Yeah, you can do it whenever you want. Cool. After
Following
one, after
through
two.
with your attacks lets you stay in the action. Remember, Rashaba. Even a constant wind can carve a mountain. Now then, the forward slide. It's a chance to engage with an offensive advantage.
Closing the distance. That suits me.
Now let's combine everything. Chase the enemy mid-air after your upward attack.
No, you can hold it. That's what you can do in action games, but I guess I should have figured. So you can just throw them up in the air, or you can follow it.
The same one twice in a row will not give you the same propulsion.
Combos.
I understand.
Can you do the follow through, the kick, and the launch? And those all count as 3 different things? Or does the follow through and the launch count as? We'll find out.
Now for a specialty of yours. Acrobatic techniques. Ready for the next lesson?
I'm always ready.
You know about mid-air combinations, but there are other options. Try to reach the flying enemy.
Easy enough?
You cannot chain attacks after this move, but it should prove itself useful in certain situations. Alternatively, you can aim at enemies directly below you. Mind your position.
Now that's a new way to lift up the enemy.
You can send the enemy up even higher with aerial combinations, rather than sending them far away.
Relaunch. I'm sure when you get double jumps and shit, I think it's even crispier.
This technique is valuable. You can save on time or throw your foe towards environmental hazards. Should you see a use for it, you can also send them crashing into the ground, if you prefer.
Oh. Good. The kick. No, you don't have to follow it if you don't want.
If I rush to the ground afterwards, I can maintain my flow before they get back on their feet.
For that, you know more than I do. I'm past the age to perform cartwheels at the fair.
Huh. Very funny.
Technology.
Sargon, remind me what our ancestors said about Athra.
Athra flows through the universe and all living things. As much as weapons are the extension of our bodies, Athra is the extension of our will.
Precisely. You've been listening. Athra can be channeled, intensified in your blades, until they are saturated with energy. Athra-charged attacks have several advantages. They can be destructive and even increase your focus.
It's good you can change the direction.
Look at you. I can see your Athra radiating. You've embraced the teachings of our ancestors. You've come a long way since I met you. But mastery is a never-ending journey. Now then, focus your Athra in the middle of a ground combination.
Right in between moves. I'll give it a try.
Oh, that's how I did that earlier. Cool.
You see that?
Sliding in charges in the middle of combos is
annihilating
nice
enemy
instead of just having to be just flat. And it wrecks shields.
And if they do not break, they will certainly be weakened. Are you also able to do that in the air?
I've practiced the technique to crush targets from above. I'll show you.
Perfect. These are strong attacks, and they knock back the enemy, marking the end of the combination. With proper training, Athra, the everlasting blaze, is yours to channel and control. No fighting style rules above all. The greatest combatants understand adaptability. Knowing your opponent's strengths is key to bringing them down.
Well, cool though. There's some tech to learn here. Looks like there's definitely a focus on like kind of character action combo game too, which I like.
Take massive opponents, for example.
We'll see how it all
They react differently to
evolves.
upward attacks. Give it a go.
My strikes knocked them back, but they're too heavy for me to lift them off the ground.
Worse still, some opponents can ignore the recoil of your strikes because of their build or magic. You must be vigilant, as this means they can counterattack during your fighting combinations.
Are there even worse enemies out there? None of my attacks have any effect on them.
Not showing signs of pain doesn't mean they didn't get hurt. And careful what you wish for. The Citadel is full of mysteries. We're not out of the woods yet. And one more thing. Some enemies can recover while you're in the middle of your combination. Some can parry your next strike, cutting short your chain of attacks. You can find out for yourself.
I see more and more the benefit of sending the enemy up in the air whenever that's possible.
But you know that's not always possible. The best defense is not always offense. A warrior who throws himself into the fray without defensive skills can win battles, but never wars.
It's not the first time I've heard you say that.
The goal is to structure combat in such a way as to hit the enemy without ever being hit in return. Your dodges, backwards and forwards, allow you to pass through enemy attacks and remain unscathed. Your last strike in a ground combination does not allow these actions. The price to pay for power. You can
they explain everything in pretty clear terms.
With a jump.
Enemies who have power armor, enemies who can be stunned or comboed, or how their recovery affects your combos and shit like that. That's something usually that doesn't get put into words. It's something you just kind of like understand over time through games or just by experimentation. But it's good of them to actually explain it in very clear terminology if somebody doesn't really do a lot of combo shit. And I guess to expect something from the pacing, the enemies and shit.
While in the air, you can dodge by doing a backflip.
Well, it seems like if you just press dodge without direction, you get just kind of like a clean dodge. Yeah. Cool. Ah. Have to delay it. Nice.
Jumping, while chaining attacks, can also be used offensively. Parrying is the best defense against a head-on attack, turning the table in your favor. Not all attacks can be parried. If you're attacked from both sides, escaping is your best option. Parrying and dodging are not unique to us, Sargon. You can expect enemies who can do the same.
I think the only thing like I said that looks tacky is probably the some of the font and HUD elements that pop up on screen. Advanced movement.
You already know this well, how recovering your balance after striking is when you're most vulnerable. After a successful dodge, the odds are in your favor. Launch a counterattack right at that moment.
Well, no wonder you go so far with attacks and stuff. You can like weave in dodges and shit.
I could do this all day long.
Attacking from behind is also advantageous, and even more so when the enemy is already engaged. Careful against fast foes. They may turn around and punish your attempt at a sneak attack.
Only if they can match my speed.
You can kick while sprinting to propel the enemy into the background.
And to make a loud entrance.
Sprinting allows you to close the distance. You can still perform an upward attack.
I remember everything we've learned here. It's all pretty intuitive.
I want to perfect my parrying
but there's a little bit more
What do you
like
have for me?
probably depth than your typical opening action Metroidvania kind of skill set. Like they're all simple enough, but just gotta make sure you remember that you can actually do them. You know, like in a character action game, you'd expect most of this. Because Metroidvania tend to have a bit more simple combat. This is cool though, I like it.
The art of parrying requires perfect timing and faced head-on.
We'll see how useful a lot of it is.
Get ready to parry. As you may have discovered, projectiles can also be returned to the sender.
Oh, really? With parries? That's always cool.
Do be vigilant.
Then you could be beating on somebody
more,
and still pull some parries.
Projectiles can be parried. Some moves give you better opportunities to counter. Learn to identify them, and don't miss. Few enemies are able to recover from your Rashaba counters.
Actually, I named them downburst counters.
Whatever you say.
I wish I could parry any attack.
You know that's impossible, even for me. Fortunately, your senses are sharp. You'll know in advance if an attack can be parried or not.
This isn't the whole day's lesson, right?
There is a lesson in every failure. Did you see the effect of the hit you took? That's what you get when you miss a parry and pay for it. Getting hit this way is particularly dangerous, and your Athra focus takes a hit too.
Well, I can feel it in my jaw now.
How does he train all these bad guys to do what he wants? It's good they reward you for these too. I don't know how much the currency is really worth. It might not be exciting to somebody just jumping into the game. It's exciting to me because it's cool seeing what all you can do and trying to weave it together and kind of master the system. But if you really want to fully enjoy an action game, you really should learn all that kind of shit if they give you like a resource for it. Especially if it's one where you can like kind of flex style. Knowing all of your moves lets you like string stylish shit together most effective. If you don't even know half your moves, you can't really like mix in new shit. Right?
The everlasting blaze, the unifying energy that interlaces the cosmic
remember all
tapestry.
this. Like I said, none of it's like complicated. It's just there's little nuances here and there that you might not think about. Like you don't always dodge roll with the direction. You can do it neutral. And then you get special moves to like regap those and stuff, so you keep up pressure. Where if you only use the stick to dodge, like you're playing Souls, which Souls still has backstep, but nobody really uses it, right? Then you'll never have those follow-up. And they seem to be pretty useful. Especially if they have iframes attached to them, not just spacing. Then you can really just weave them.
It's the flame that gives and takes, embodying the very core of existence. Its presence and blessing extend throughout the cosmos. By discerning the cadence of Athra's
Pretty
flow,
excited for this, though.
you can better navigate exercises and cures.
I'm hoping this, I hope they keep up like a clean pacing and cool upgrades and fun exploration and stuff. The combat seems like it'll be good. I don't see why it wouldn't. As long as we keep adding in cool shit. They seem to very much have... It feels very much like they've kind of got like a... kind of tuned into the character action combo thing. Just by the way they describe it and the kinds of, like I said, nuance and kind of stuff you have. So it's like, I don't see how they... I don't see, like, unless they just don't add anything after this, I don't really see how they could like fuck that up. It's kind of like the map thing. It's like, when you got like a good idea for the map like that, it's like they probably got most of the fundamentals figured out. Probably pretty genre savvy. So let's hope it sticks that way.
Athra bestows stability and longevity upon those who seek its guidance.
Need good fights and, you know, see on level. The level design's been fine too. No, there's not been much going on, but we'll see what happens. Feels like I could have some pretty smooth like platforming challenges too. Hopefully it's just got the whole combo, the whole Metroidvania. Bang, man, we'll see.
Sargon, your Athra burns brighter with each successful technique and can be unleashed all at once.
Athra Surge. I've used it before.
Get in position and start channeling it. Conversely, taking hits will break your focus and your Athra will dissipate.
Yeah, that's what I worry about. It's like you'd think they'd have it figured, like if they have the basics of combat figured out and stuff like the map, you would hope they'd also know that like clean level design with good enemy variation and, you know, plenty of opportunities for combos, not just like ass kickers would be there. It depends on how much they want to make it like a super fucking like challenge game where everybody's like a puzzle and how much of it's like still got some flow and combo potential with challenge mixed in. We'll see. Yeah, let's hope there's actual movement upgrades and stuff. I mean, it feels like a game that already has double jump and dashes probably, because they show him dash in the trailers. But I'm curious if they'll mix in other stuff. Yeah, we'll see. They could fuck it up for sure. And all it takes is a few elements tuned poorly, but it's a pretty good fundamental so far. And it's not too focused. See, this is a difference between like Tevi, I feel like, in this. Like this still has like combo potential because it's got a bit more like nuance and complexity and not just spamming moves. You kind of have to think about how you want to like place your next combo. And so as long as they add in more moves like a DMC or something, where you kind of have to think about your next chain and where the enemy's going to land and where they are in relation to like traps and other enemies and stuff, like it doesn't have to be super fast. It's that you add more complexity on to make it fast and stylish, so you have like actual control of the combat. That's why I preferred the Rabby combat almost to the Tevi stuff. Like it can look flashy and there's attacks happening all the time and they're in the air getting juggled, but it's like I feel like I prefer to have it seem slightly slower, but I have more control over every single hit that happens. I bring Tevi up just because it was hard to explain when I was playing it why something where you're infinite air juggling guys felt kind of boring at times. Because it's not just about air juggling, it's about usually when you're air juggling in a game, keeping them in the air and keeping combos going and flowing between different stuff, especially if you're trying to be like stylish and varied, and if they have like a system where you do less damage if you repeat combos and stuff like that. That usually requires like a lot of skill and like thought, not just button mashing or passives or something. Like it's not just being in the air that's the problem. So I don't know, I can't help but bring back up Tevi, because I wouldn't say it's like methodical. This isn't like about just pure footsies or some shit, right? Really slow, like, you know, how many centimeters am I from this guy, right? But it's that in between.
Riskier actions, such as parrying and launching charged attacks, are even more effective.
They might blow their load too early just to get people interested, and then it just doesn't go anywhere. It depends on the length of the game. Hopefully there's a lot of good situations in level design to actually like use all this as they add more abilities in. I mean, they have to add a few, right?
Try to parry this enemy and see how fast you can gather your Athra.
Curious how the enemy animations are going to be too. They seem to have pretty clear swings. Not like laughably slow or anything, but like clean enough where they're readable and you could hit them. Games like Team Ninja games, I tend to not like the animations. They'll come out like a shotgun to seem a bit more difficult, but then you just don't really bother with parries a lot of the time. Something you can actually weave in, especially if there's like a lot of enemies, right? Because it's one thing if you're just one-on-one trying to parry somebody, but if there's like 5 dudes, if everybody comes out like a shotgun, you're just probably not going to react, so you just would resort to dodging, and then there's not much parry gameplay at all. It's kind of like Arkham Asylum in a way. I'm not saying that's like a godly action system, but it's all pretty simple. They just add more on it, so the simple stuff, there's just more you have to pay attention to. It's kind of like a way to go about it. I feel like you can make more dynamic, kind of complex situations when you have more manageable Lego blocks. But I guess it depends on what you're after.
Let's talk about the Athra Surge. Since it has dodging properties, it's ideal for counterattacks. It's useful for breaking down defenses and can stop attacks that are usually, well, unstoppable.
Okay, this will cancel Unstoppables.
Every warrior prides themselves on developing their ultimate techniques, but you can also learn from them. Keep in mind that Athra ignites the soul, gracefully moving through unending transformation. Harnessing and charging its strength is merely a single expression of its multifaceted nature. Fine work. You now know all the basics. Don't forget, you can always visit for a training session. If you learn new moves, perhaps we can figure out together how to use them. Take this for starters.
Oh. Go through all the training and he gives you new attack, man. Cool. Use a powerful unfurling wave of Athra pushes back the enemy. The end of the move can be interrupted. It can be triggered from ground or in the air. Level 1. Multiple levels. But you can only use these once every 25 seconds. So even if you're balling, you can't, or one's like really strong, you can't just like spam it, I guess. It depends on how quick the Athra generation is. The end of the move can be interrupted. Oh, I guess his recovery frames or something. Cool.
Good to see you.
You can dodge back, but you can cancel it any single time. Like as far as like at any point during this, you can cancel back. Oh, you can dodge back. Oh shit. Oh, you can double do it. That's cool. To get super spacing instead of just sliding. Can I do this? Yeah. Oh, you can, dude. So this is double R2. This is R2. Forwards R2 kick. It's pretty quick, but... So you could do like a quick dodge into like a launch. You need to like vary your launches, I guess. Okay, so 3 is combo enders, unless you have some way to extend it. If you hit them a couple times with this, they go flying off. So you'd have to be able to catch them with like a super to extend that. You hold down, you can combo them in place a bit. Oh yeah, there you go. Can't sprint out of the double jump. You do have to dodge. But you can go backwards to grab the sprint and then flip back around and do that. But this is probably just more used to throw dudes in environmental shit. Yeah, you can ground you can wall pop them with that too, and then air combo them from there. I forget you can do that. Can I do that? Oh yeah. Cool, man. There's already some good style there to play with. Very nice. I can't believe this game has picture. What pictures? An unholy map annotation. Went from expecting none to getting some of the best. I kind of want to take a break and just totally soak this in tomorrow and just finish the RE4 shit in an hour or two. I don't want to get like too into it. And I could probably use like a little nap maybe. Because I want to like re-practice some of the basics. It looks like we could take a lot of different paths here for now anyways. The general speed and like smoothness of the jumps is pretty good too. Nope. Is this quick to get rid of? Cool. Can I add stuff anywhere? You can. In Tevi, dude, you had to be in the room at that spot to mark something, which I thought was really funny. Got 100 markers. Don't need more than that. Because there's a lot of rooms you like will fall through. That's kind of why I say it's stupid. Nice. Gotta make sure to take all that learning and put it into something. Which is where the question of, you know, will there be enough enemies I can use a lot of these combos on, or will it just always be much better to just dodge? I think they make this so reasonable to use, especially because you can cancel out of it, and you have a good reason to use it because it keeps up the pressure. You can delay it too. Pretty long if you want to get like the extra one. You can like wait for them maybe to be done or something. But so I think you wouldn't just always use this. I think that would be more coming from like a habit of other games, just always sliding to get through dudes. Thing is, you can't follow the slide up with like much aggression except this, where if I do this it's almost quicker than the slide, and you can cancel it halfway. So you can get like a quick iframe, just like instantly. Like it's almost instantaneous. That's a good reason to use backstep. There's not really a lot of games I can think of where I truly will use backstep as like a super bread and butter thing. I think games like Soden, because it's one of your few options you might. That game doesn't have iframes though. Like I can't think of times in like Souls games I'd like really use the backstep over just like a point dodge. You also have 3D movement, so you can play with attack animations, like hitboxes. Where in this, it's like, I mean, they're just gonna attack in front of them. So it'd be cool to weave in like a backstep properly. And then the parry seems reasonable too. And since there's unparryable shit, or stuff that can only be parried, you get like big executions for it. There's a good reason to try to keep your parries in. I just put like 50 messages. Uh-oh. Sounds like a pain. Well, you got it all figured out now, or? I like how you don't have to wait, either. It's like the Sands of Time shit, but like better, man. Like, it's the time shit was a bit more methodical and stuff, but I like in this, like, you don't have to wait for him to get, like, in position. You can just shoot off whenever. But definitely focus more on speed in this. Okay, cool. Well, good deal, boss. Yeah, I don't know. I've not jailbroken much stuff. It's my 3DS. I need to do it for my Wii U. Because I want to use their DS in-house DS emulator, so that because you can capture HDMI through it. One of the few ways to truly capture HDMI without having to like hard mod your DS. Really expensive and not very safe, and there's probably not many people that do it. But they got the notches thing. I don't know if I would say if Hollow Knight popularized this in Metroidvanias, but probably. Also, one sec here. I'm gonna fool with this monitor a bit while I'm comparing these two. Yeah, it's like I almost want to take a break on this because I feel like I want to sit down and really dig in instead of starting something. Maybe I'll mess with this off stream. I don't know, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Hopefully the amulet and equipment system's cool. Gear. I wonder, is there different weapons too? See if the other foot's gonna drop, but I think it'll be pretty fun so far. Okay, this is just like side shit right now. Until I get higher up. Here's what the length's gonna be, considering it's like a AAA dev. But I think it would actually be a little longer. Maybe not. Not that a Metroidvania needs to be long. I guess that depends on the pace and all that they're going for. Oh, I could definitely go down there, but I think so far, because they're, you know, giving me so many tutorials and bread and butter things, we'll just keep going this way. I don't even know what we can use our currency on yet. Oh, dude, there's a fucking... Dude, they didn't even tell you about that. There's a fucking down kick. You can just press down and X. And drop. So you could throw somebody up in the air instead of having to fall down, or do this. Which is probably quicker from higher up, but... You can do this. I wonder if you could bounce off dudes' heads, but no, we gotta find out now.
Welcome.
Oh, she's the shop. I don't know what this is. More potions. Old currency. Xerxes. More amulet slots. What is this? Oh, okay, it's a piece of Mac play. I think I'm gonna save up for more healing pots. Can't take many hits. I got kind of like a Souls, pot system going on. Yeah, right. Shame, you'd hope that something like that would always support as much shit as possible, but I guess they're only gonna get so niche and all that with file type. See if we can jump on this dude's head. Maybe. Probably gotta depend on the guy. That's going to be insanely important for combos. If I can knock them in the air, then get on the ground and give me enough time to set up something. I think I got a game suck. I mean, there might be an upgrade where you actually bounce on their heads, but it's still super important to have. Game's over, too. It would be cool to do like a mid-air kick off a guy and then juggle him some more. We'll see though. It's still good. I mean, I'm still glad it's there. It's just got different utility. It's more about getting to the ground quick. And we do have like a damage version of it right here. It's just a juggle. Universal EPUB files when it comes to ebooks. Why do they do that? Because those are usually like free or something, or they want you to buy their shit. Keep you in their shops or some shit. Yeah, that makes sense. I do want to do more. Fuck. I have like nothing done in the lower city, Jesus. Good God. Game big. Let's see. Alright. We're gonna take a break, I think. I want to like really soak this in on one day. We're about to start, probably in a couple hours, RE4, so I'll be getting into it. All these unknown abilities. What do you mean unknown? I got slides. We got different kinds of slides and shit. Well, considering the controller has like 10,000 unknown abilities, I'm guessing we're getting some more shit. We'll see. I wonder if you can program your controller at all. Yep. Gonna R click, L1, circle, R1. Cool. Good. The screen check seems fine. Yeah, one extra 4 buttons, that's happened. I mean, I've played games like that. It totally could be, dude. That would be so fun. It'd be 5 extra buttons. There's 5 on here with nothing. Oh no, 6. It's got the right stick click, yeah. 1 skill, that's it's just double jump. You have to press, instead of the jump button, you have to press one of 6 other buttons to do your second jump for no reason. Just like horrible, and it kills the rest of the game. Anyways, rest off the rest of this bloat, and then we'll get into more RE4 here. Old Goody gets on, playing it through him, so not timing it with him. I want to just sit down in the other seat, the one I'm used to, kind of have a nice TV and just kind of soak into this one. So looking good though, with the little preview, which is good. I was worried this one, not worried, I was just like, in the previews, I was like, eh, and then you actually saw some gameplay, and I was like, could be good, so I'm glad it seems to be more on the good side of things. Definitely coming from Ubisoft, I wouldn't expect anything with like depth or smooth. So I'm glad that, I don't know who did this. I don't know if it was a different in-house dev or if they like hired somebody else, but I'm glad they seemingly, so far, got someone who seems to know what they're fucking doing in this space. Prince of Persia, Lost Throne devs. Ubisoft Montpellier. Oh, the ones who made Rayman. 3.5 year development. France. Well, they made Rayman Legends, Valiant Hearts, and more. Oh, so they made good games at Ubisoft. It's like Rayman Legends is like a godly platformer. Valiant Hearts is pretty cool too. So. That's more a war game and stuff. Oh, there's a Sansa time on GBA. Apparently they didn't start with the Metroidvania structure. There's a Q&A on here about the game on Reddit. Focused on the core pillars of Prince of Persia's game, platforming, puzzles, and acrobatic flight. Try to understand them. And they started thinking about powers. And they were inspired by Hollow Knight and Dark Souls. Smart areas with shortcuts, Metroid Prime. They took a lot of notes from Metroid Prime for managing pacing and difficulty. And so, and they just pulled all the. Oh, here's Devil May Cry. They're like, hey, all these good games. I mean, I guess that's how most game today probably is. Look at all these good games and then make something. Is inspiration or is goodness? I mean, why not learn from the best, right? It's cool seeing devs kind of just outright sit there and talk about it more openly, though. Doesn't bother me as long as it feels like its own thing, man, and all that. Yeah, yeah, that's what it feels like, right? It's not because of Ubisoft, it's like despite Ubisoft. Like rogue Ubisoft devs who've made some of their best games a long time ago, attempting to make an actual good game, despite Ubisoft's best efforts or something. Well, we'll see what happens there. Anyways, guys, we'll continue this. Probably later tonight or tomorrow. I want to do it in the other setup, more comfy. I can adjust my vision. I can see chat easier, and we can really dig in. And like I said, we're going to be starting RA4 in an hour or two anyway, so I'd rather not get too deep into this. Yeah, I'll see you guys in an hour or two, possibly more, for the rest of the Separate Ways DLC, which really shouldn't be too long. I'm pretty slow, but I think we're almost halfway through it. Probably another 4 or 5 hours, maybe, depending on my speed. That's been good too. Definitely a bit more. It's like Separate Ways originally was, a bit more like streamlined, maybe arcadey. A bit more fancy grappling stuff going on, but not too much. Definitely taken the Separate Ways thing and completely reimagined it. Like, it's very, very different. It's only loosely following it. The thing is, Separate Ways was always like not amazing, so they totally got room to be